Grandma Sass. Today is the anniversary of my brain surgery. 19 years ago, I had brain surgery. And I thought that I would come on here and tell the story from beginning to end. I won't be before you long, but I think that in my transparency, you and whoever can view this can be inspired, can be healed. So actually, I had a little gentleman friend that was in the Navy, and often I would go down to visit him and some other friends that were down there, and we would just kind of like hang out and just have fun. Like, you know, I'm not fresh out of high school, but out of high school, had a job, and, you know, had my car, and it was nothing for me to drive a couple of hours to go and see him every now and then. This particular day, I was on the road. No, I went down there, and, you know, we had our fun, and I was on my way back, and I decided to stay longer down there, so I ended up driving back home at night. I was driving back home at night because I had school the next day. I was in college, still in college, and I'm driving, and my vision completely went blind, like dark. So I put on my brake. I'm on the beltway, put on my brake, and kind of blink, and it came back. And I was like, oh, I think I need glasses. So, you know, it was kind of, I got my vision back, but my eyes were very tight. Like, they just felt really tight. And I felt like, oh, I probably need glasses, and I'm driving at night. I'm tired, whatever, right? Made it home safely. Next day, I'm in class. I'm in college. I'm in class. And my vision goes black again. And I panicked because we were doing something. I feel like I was mixing like chemicals or something. I was doing something with my hands, and I panicked because I couldn't see, but I had this hazardous whatever it was in my hand. And I freaked out, like, oh my God, I can't see. What am I, you know, I'm telling my partner and my teacher who came to me, what do my eyes look like? And they were like, your eyes look like they're open. They're open. And I was like, do they look funny? She was like, no. I said, I cannot see. So we blinked. She sits me down. You know, I closed my eyes for like maybe like 5 minutes, opened them, they were back. And I was like, something's wrong. I called my mom, who's at work. I leave, and I'm like, Mom, I need to go to the ER. Something's wrong with my vision. She's like, okay. So I leave school. I was like, I'm probably going to be in the ER for a while. Let me stop and give me something to eat. All right. Let me stop and get something to eat. Now, remind you, this is 19 years ago. I cringe at the thought of this now. But I stopped at McDonald's, went and got something to eat. Went in the ER with the McDonald's. Okay. Registered, like, my vision is off. It keep blacking off and on. I just need to make sure this is good, you know, whatever. I sit, wait, eat my food in the waiting room. They call me to the back. They check my vitals and everything's good. But she's like, I'm going to give you an MRI. Because it's going in and out, and something isn't something. She gets me an MRI. Now, mind you, I'm still by myself. I'm checking in with my mother, and I'm like, whatever. Okay, Mom, I'm here. She about to give me an MRI. I go in the MRI machine. I'm chilling. Like, all right, after this, I'm about to see what my girls finna do tonight. Like, it's, you know, they gonna give me something, or probably give me a referral to go get a prescription or something, you know, for glasses. So now I'm getting excited because I'm like, oh, this is before I wore glasses. I'm like, oh, I get to wear glasses. I always wanted to wear glasses, right? So we get the MRI. They take me back to the room, and I'm waiting for the results. She comes in with 2 other doctors, and I'm like, hi. She's like, you have a swelling on your brain, and you have what we call Chiari. Chiari is when your brain is too big for your skull, and it is forming in your spinal cord passage, which is blocking the oxygen to get to your brain, and also blocking and pressing on your occipital lobes. Your occipital lobes are in the back of your brain, and those are your optic nerves to help you see. So it made sense that when my brain swells, I can't see because they're back here. She was like, I am referring you to a neurosurgeon. You call any neurosurgeon that you call will have to see you immediately. This is the referral that I'm writing you now. So now I'm like, a neurosurgeon that focus on the brain? Okay. So now I'm like, oh my God. I call my mom. My mom's like, I'm on my way home. I'm freaking out. I don't even know how I got to my neurosurgeon. I don't even know how I got to him. His name was Dr. Wright. And I don't even know how I got in contact with him. Anywho, make a long story short, my mom took me to him, and he saw the x-rays, and he explained what needed to be done. Basically, we need to put a piece of plastic, what have you, or like pretty much a bar to hold your brain in place so it doesn't ooze down to your spinal cord passage. We need to keep it in place, because that's always the running joke. Wow, your brain was too big for your skull? Like, really? So we have to do that, and that is brain surgery, and that needs to happen very soon. So I went from at the beach with my friends, driving, you know, to see my friends and going to the beach, and, you know, in college, and then going shopping with my girlfriends from around the way, to, yo, I need brain surgery, all within 24 hours. So, you know, in order to prepare for brain surgery, you have to do things. So I'm getting labs done, I'm getting tests, and I'm like, I'm young, so I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I mean, we're gonna do this, it'll be fine, I'll be fine, you know, whatever. But it made sense because I had a lot of things, like I didn't have a regular menstrual cycle. I was told that I would never have children because my menstrual cycle was not regular. And, you know, so I'm like, okay, maybe this will right those wrongs. And so then child, listen, we had so many tests to do. The one that got me, though, y'all, was the spinal tap. Now, I don't know if it's still like this today, but Lord have mercy. My spinal tap, they literally, you have to lay on your stomach, your spine exposed, and they put needles all up and down your spine, and they withdraw fluid from it to analyze that fluid, to make sure, to see your levels and to see what's needed, right? I go to get the spinal tap. Now, imagine someone in your spine, but you can't move, and it's needles. It was the most agonizing pain that I have ever felt, because I couldn't move, I couldn't react, there was no medicine, right? So I did that, and you know me, I'm still thinking that I could do what I need to do, because whatever, right? the sunlight, any light was agonizing to me, right? Like, so I used to watch the TV in the dark with sunglasses on. This sunlight, I wouldn't even be able to function, right? So I used to wear sunglasses a lot. Right after my spinal tap, we had, secured the date for the brain surgery. I was like, let me go and get my hair done. Go get my hair done. And I'm throwing up, and I can't stop throwing up. Can't stop throwing up. My head is hurting. It is just crazy. I called my neurosurgeon and I was like, something's happening. I've never felt this pain before, because remember, it was never a pain. It was just my vision will go or double, like it will be double vision. So the diagnosis was Chiari diplopia. Chiari was the brain malfunction. Diplopia was the double vision. But now, after the spinal tap, I'm in agonizing pain. Like, my head is rocking. I'm throwing up. Something's off. Come to find out, they took too much, they measure your body and your mask and all that stuff, and that what determines how much spinal fluid they take from you. Well, they took too much from me, and my body was out of whack. So that pushed everything up. So I'm in the hair salon getting my hair done, come out, my girlfriend's driving me, I'm pulling over, I'm throwing up. It's crazy. So the doctor's like, the next day the doctor's like, meet me at the hospital. We go to the hospital, they do the surgery. Long story short, I was in the hospital for a month. I had to learn to walk again. It's so crazy because, like, I was in therapy for a month. Like, I would not be able to walk in a straight line and hold my hand up. If I'm holding my hand up and I'm walking, I'm literally falling. Like, I had to relearn all of those things again. And I went through therapy, and I healed. The only thing that came of it was I had to wear glasses. But thank you. Thank God, I never had any issues afterwards. It healed. I have an occasional headache, but nothing that can't be fixed, with some Tylenol. So, and I have my glasses that I have to wear 24/7. But that's it. And that's my story. I am a survivor of Chiari diplopia, where my brain is too big for my skull, and it had to be shaped and held in place in order for me to function. And that is my story, my brain surgery story. I wrote, once I came out of the brain surgery, I actually wrote a book called The New You, because I felt like it was the new me. And like, oh my God, like, okay, I have my brain, sounds crazy, but my brain is in place. And it's fixed, and I don't have to worry about this anymore. They actually shaved, I can't show you. It's flat now, but they shaved, they cut me up the middle, here, and they took some edges, took some grafts off the side right here, and that was it, and that grew right back. So, and then my incision is literally, it feels like a part of my skin. You could probably see it if I wore my hair up, but it was great. Thank God I had a blessed recovery in it. So that was in 2003. And so then I had a gentleman friend, because in my mind I can't get pregnant. So at that time fiance, I got pregnant, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know they said I couldn't get pregnant. Oh my God. And now I'm getting pregnant, and I got pregnant and had my son, and then I had a daughter. And I guess my body was like, after it was totally healed, I was able to conceive and carry my children. To the date, I have a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So to God be the glory for that. Don't let anybody tell you that miracles don't happen. Don't let anybody tell you that God will not heal you. Don't let anybody tell you that God will not see you through whatever it is. If he brings a test to you, he will see you through it. And I am a living witness of that. Like literally within 24 hours, my world was turned upside down. But God literally guided me to the ER, to this amazing neurosurgeon, I actually had my brain surgery done at a hospital that was literally 2 weeks old. They had just opened this brand new hospital 2 weeks prior to me getting there. Everything was state of the art. My therapist, everything. And that was another thing. I was kind of an enigma because Chiari is usually found in Asian people. Well, I mean, I to this day, I still believe that I have some type of Asian descent in my family, and I said I was going to research it. But so you have this black girl who has this Asian disease, and I was like a unicorn because the hospital that I was at was a university. So the residents and the schools, like, they were having on-site class. Like, I would wake up and 20 students are around me with paper and pen with the doctor, like, see this and that, and da, 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 da. Like, they were analyzing me through my process. So to God be the glory. To God be the glory. I can't believe it's been 19 years. I am blessed. And it's not a day that I don't thank God for seeing me through. That I am so blessed that I don't look like what I've been through. He said in his word that he will deliver us from the fire, and we won't even come out smelling like smoke. And that is my testimony. I am a brain surgery survivor. Happy anniversary to me. And if you are going through something, and if